Hey everybody, what's up? This is us. We're Challenge Express. I am Tom, joined by my co-host Nicole.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah. Part 2 of the final. We are recapping. This is it. This is the end of Double Agents. It took only 20 episodes.
Was it 19 or it might?
I think it was 20.
It was at least 19.
That might be a new record.
Yeah.
And then we get the two-part reunion.
So unnecessary, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, yeah. Let's get into it. We're gonna cover a lot. Obviously, CT getting another championship.
I'm so shocked.
Yeah, I mean, let's just start off with that.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm really I know he's so capable, but for some reason I just thought that the other teams were so much stronger. And
even with all the CT bias I have, out of my heart, I am right there with you. I thought, especially with CT's partner going in. I mean, we learned a lot from Amber in this final. We learned more about Amber in this final than we did in the whole season.
Definitely. Yeah. Because we leading up, even before the episode before the final, you and I were like, we still don't know what she's capable of.
Now we know she is made for a final. I guess you could say she's a runner.
I wouldn't call her a beast.
Yeah.
I call Cam and Casey beasts. But she's just good enough at everything.
Is she better than super mediocre?
I would say she is she's definitely better than super mediocre.
So let's get into it right from the jump, right from the beginning of the episode. I mean, obviously before this, it ended with the CT and Amber cliffhanger of who they were giving the dessert to, that extra dessert.
Dessert?
Yeah, dessert. TJ's definition of dessert, because he's a psycho.
A pint of blood.
Yeah, and sheep's intestines or something like that. So obviously we were wanting CT or we thought the right decision was to give it to Corey and Cam as they were behind them. They were in second place at the time, and Fessy and Casey were going through the injury with Casey. So, and then Nany and Leroy have third place written all over them. I think I said that before this even started.
Yeah. Super mediocre.
Yeah, super mediocre team. So they give it to Corey and Cam, and it ends up being a great decision. I mean, Cam and Corey couldn't really come back from that too much because CT and Amber were killing the final so badly in a good way.
I mean, I almost think maybe CT and Amber still would have won. But that could have been the difference because they had that gave them a 5-minute lead at least.
At least, because we know how, Cam and Corey struggle with food. Although Corey gets it down, he throws up every 5 seconds. So that's got to be time consuming. It was just the right decision. And Cam tried convincing them to give it to Big Brother. Obviously, she didn't want to throw Leroy under the bus, but it's and then I love CT because Cam was trying to make a reason Amber, they were with you all season, then they ditched you.
Yeah.
And they voted you in. And CT was everyone here voted me in. From the beginning. And, we're going to talk about CT a lot because throughout the whole season, I mean, the first episode, he was in danger of going home. Yeah. And at that point, I'm oh, this isn't CT's season. Just throw it away. Even when he was partners with Big T, we were just a throwaway season.
Yeah, we kept calling the season a wash for him. They're maybe he'll make it to the end, but if he does, he has no chance.
Crazy.
I just love that Amber was throwing back that pint of blood and then went pretty much the rest of the challenge with blood all over her face. Talk about getting our hands dirty and just getting it done. Like,
Yeah, it just it made for a great image because yeah, the whole finale she had
until,
red blood stain all over her face.
until she fell in the water, I believe. Did she? No.
She didn't even fall in the water. CT is the one who fell in the water. So I think she
Oh,
finished the finish line. I actually got it open right behind me. I don't know
feels like a
why
little smear of blood there
I
still.
didn't close it, but can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, I should probably not play that on the recap then. All right, whatever. It's not that important.
But yeah, I love that. I love that she wasn't like too prissy or,
Yeah, she definitely can get down and dirty, which is a trait within its own, you know. So yeah, I mean, kudos to her along with CT. Obviously, CT couldn't do it without her, and I'm almost surprised that they didn't have that stupid ass twist of steal your partner's money.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, because that would have been a definitely something to consider because CT and Amber didn't know each other too well, so it would have been easier for them to steal money from each
CT
other.
finished first, right?
I mean, yeah, CT. Oh no, I don't. I think Amber technically finished first, but sometimes they do it by who wins the most checkpoints individually, and blah blah
CT would
blah.
have definitely stolen it. She probably would have split it.
Yeah, who knows? I'm glad they didn't leave it up to that decision though.
No,
Um,
that's too much. Like they just went through this together. Like that's too much.
yeah, it is too much, but it's also too much money to split sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, we get a little kayaking in the final. It's always good to see some kayaking in a final. That's the next checkpoint. They have to kayak to retrieve puzzle pieces, then solve the puzzle on shore. So a lot of these checkpoints were reminiscent of daily challenge activities that they did
Yeah.
throughout the whole season, which was kind of cool. They've done that before in finals where they go back and grab ideas from the season.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Normally, I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, that's so cheap of them. But
Yeah, it's like we already saw that, but
yeah, I didn't mind it.
it worked well because this was the puzzle they had to put together when they had to dig up the pieces in that one daily challenge. And
I do think it was a little bit different. Like it wasn't the same exact like design on the
yeah,
totem.
yeah, on the design on the totem and how they actually got the pieces. They weren't dug into the dirt; they were just laying on top, pretty much. Meanwhile, Fessy's sitting on a rock away from the station of food. Don't think we're gonna forget about talking about you, Fessy.
I don't know if I want to be this angry this early in the day.
Yeah, you're lucky, Fessy. It's not later in the day because we're peaceful right now. It's very early.
If it was like
coffee,
2 hours later, I'd
Yeah.
be so heated. Be screaming at the screen.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Yeah. I mean,
When TJ is saying like, "What are you doing?" You gotta feel stupid.
teacher's like, "Hey, buddy, are you done?"
He was being too nice to him.
I know, right?
He should have been like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I like how he was like, if you're gonna quit, or he was like, get up or you're quitting, you know, like get up and go to the station or you quit, you know. It's like not even it's like, where do we begin? You're not even standing next to Casey now and she's eating this food with one leg.
I hope Casey, I hope she's not friends with him anymore.
I think she is. It seems like she forgave him at the end of this final, you know?
Even watching it back, I'd be like,
yeah, it might make her feel some type of way watching it back. Well, she's able to watch it back because she's en route to the next to film the next season of the challenge, which, spoiler alert, kind of not really. Somebody got Rona, so they had to scrap season 37. I don't know what the status of it is right now. Yeah,
really?
Apparently some shit's going down.
They're away filming and it happened?
Yeah. They had to somebody went home apparently, and then they found somebody with a positive coronavirus test. Yeah, well, not looking good.
You have to assume everybody in that house would have it.
You would think, but a little anecdote here. I mean,
No, don't say it.
no, okay. I mean, but that it's not always the case if you're
Yeah.
around somebody with coronavirus.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah. But yeah, what is next in this final? Oh yeah, I mean Casey. Yeah, let's keep talking about Fessy and Casey. Casey actually says something of importance here, which doesn't usually come out of Casey's mouth too often. It's usually, generic stuff. But she was like, Fessy, this is where you can test your willpower,
Yeah.
on like eating things you don't want to eat.
Yeah, that's like the whole point of the challenge is like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, seeing how far you can like go and like what you can accomplish. As soon as it gets a little hard, he's just like, I'm not doing it. Like,
Yeah. Did he even eat anything? I mean, we saw at the later, portion of that checkpoint, he started trying because TJ made him go to the station.
oh God, I hate how he blames it on Casey.
And then he blames it on Casey.
He said, well, if my partner didn't, or everybody else's failures have like dictated my failure. Like if she didn't hurt her leg, it's like, that's not why you got disqualified.
So blinded by his ego.
I know, that's so, like, that's not good in the challenge house or in life. Like that's not good.
Yeah, he's got a lot to prove on this next season.
Oh, I don't want to see it like.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's gonna come back though. He's the villain of the challenge right now.
I know.
Whether he even knows it or not. I mean, he does know it now, but whether he intentionally did it, probably not. That's just his personality.
Just think about it. Remember when everyone hated him early on in the season with the whole Tori drama? And then like he kind of laid low throughout the season, and then this happened. It's like, oh yeah, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Is Tori gonna be on the next season too?
Tori is as of right now, I mean, I don't know what's going on with COVID, but she was on the cast.
Interesting. I'd love to see what happens.
Yeah, it's almost like Cara and Pauly. It's like Tori and Fessy are the new Cara and Pauly. What? Did I just say that?
Don't say that.
But I mean, they're not together or anything. I went back and watched some after shows, the one that Devin hosts. Okay. And they're actually really good. I didn't want to watch them while the season was airing because I feel like I could pick up on like spoilers maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. From what it seems like, Tori's not with Fessy. They're just friends right now.
Okay.
I don't care. I mean,
I don't care either, but it would be interesting to see them on a season and how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if Jordan's there too.
Gosh, I hope Tori watched the season and was like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, because she's a pretty self-aware person from what we thought.
She's so like smart and pretty and like mindful and like I just don't understand how she could find Fessy and his ego and all of his. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like she threw everything about her out the window and was like, tall, big, muscular guy.
I know. It's like, that's not. I didn't think that was you, but okay.
Yeah. But moving on, I don't think we need to talk about Fessy anymore, right?
No.
Nah. So I mean, kayaking section was pretty fun to watch. We saw some teams struggle. Leroy and Nany struggled heavily, which kind of let Cam and Corey inch their way back. Cam and Corey this whole final was just kind of inching their way to second place.
Yeah. Oh man, how cold do you think that water was?
Oh my God. I mean, we saw there were like glaciers.
I know. Nobody really complained about being like cold after they fell in. I'm like,
yeah. Well, CT fell in and CT doesn't complain. So
yeah, CT, nothing affects him. Except for if somebody calls him like a bitch.
Washed.
Yeah. Calls him.
So yeah, I mean, they have to get the puzzle pieces, go back to shore, form the puzzle. CT and Amber obviously get there first and finish first. Amber really proved a lot here. She was really good on this section as she noticed a puzzle piece was upside down. And
yeah. like, and CT is really good at puzzles. So the fact that like she was the reason they finished, she was like an important like part of that team finishing that puzzle. And it's just like, oh my gosh. All right, Amber.
Yeah.
Where was this all season?
I know.
It's not that she performed bad throughout the season. I just feel like we never had the opportunity to like actually see her compete, if that
Yeah,
makes
which maybe is a downfall to like maybe a negative thing to say about the daily challenges, because
yeah.
we never were able to see what she had to offer, although we saw what 18
I
daily
know. So
challenges.
why? Like, what was it? Because she was with an alliance and there wasn't like too much individual challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Like, maybe if we look back, we'd be like, oh wait, we're really wrong. But
I'm trying to think back, and I'm not thinking to any moments where she really shined in daily challenges, or really where I guess these daily challenges, well, alliances did have a lot to do with these daily
yeah,
challenges,
and the
right?
team that she
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
I mean, she won 2 hall brawls, but for some reason, like they were pretty easy wins.
They were against 2 rookies, although she is a rookie herself, so it's kind of hard to put that against her.
I know, but they were also like small and scared, and
Amber's so scared.
and she's played rugby, so like she had a little bit of an advantage. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Next, they arrive at the ice cave, right?
So cool.
Yeah, I can't say enough cool things about that damn ice cave.
This like the texture of the wall just looked like
it looked like we thought they were in like a different, like a mineral cave, like an onyx, or like something crazy, like so ebony. Crazy. Yeah.
But I think they had lights, like
lights to like kind of illuminate.
Yeah, it looked like they had a lot of extra lights in there to like make it look cooler, but
and to be able to film probably.
Yeah, but it looked so sick.
Yeah. Nonetheless, yeah, it was sick. So this is where things get a little weird. For I think a viewers at a viewer stance, because they get to this ice cave, they have to complete an equation inside of a briefcase, and then CT completes his, and it says CT and Amber complete checkpoint. So even though Amber had her own individual equation, her own briefcase, apparently she didn't have to complete the puzzle or the
I was confused. I remember we were talking during it and we were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So I guess just one person of the team needs to complete it.
Yeah, so I got
what's the point of there being 2 puzzles? Oh, because didn't CT get an advantage?
Yeah, CT did get an advantage of being able to choose his partner for the rest of the final. So I saw something on Twitter. I probably should have gave credit to this person, but I just took a snapshot of it, so my bad. But he said the actual order of the math checkpoint in completion. So CT completed it, Nany, Cam, Corey, and actually that's kind of weird. Okay, yeah. So CT, Nany, Cam, Corey. Those are the people who completed it. I think Amber and Leroy didn't even complete it.
Yeah.
So Cam and Corey thought they won the checkpoint, and then they just said CT won the checkpoint. It took CT 20 minutes to decide if he should leave Amber as a partner. CT and Amber got a 30-minute head start, not a 5-minute head start that was set on TV. Amber B was running ahead to the checkpoints and then would run back to CT and tell him what was approaching. They won the final by about an hour.
What?
Yeah. So either production forgot to tell everybody that only one person needs to complete this math equation, or they saw how bad Amber was doing and was like, oh, this is going to ruin CT's final. And maybe kind of just, but CT did solve the math equation first, so he technically won that checkpoint. It would have been better if they made it clear if this was an individual checkpoint, if everybody was individual.
Yeah, or like both teams need to complete it to
Yeah.
members of the team. Weird. It took him 20 minutes to decide if he wanted to stay with her. That's like a little bit ridiculous.
Long time.
Like 3 minutes is
Yeah. 3 minutes, you think of pretty much everything you could think of. Like, why do you need 20 minutes?
20 minutes is a long time. That's
Yeah.
they had a 30-minute head start.
Yeah, that's almost insurmountable.
Like, I wonder what that was based off of. It was it because of like multiple checkpoint wins, or was it
Was it because they got to the cave 30 minutes before the next
uh,
person, the next team?
they might have.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder, like, if the format was a little wonky for them to win by that much,
yeah. I mean,
or they just smoked everybody else.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to like say CT got, or they cheated and CT was given this win because they killed the final, and every time they got to a
Yeah.
checkpoint, they CT at least killed it.
Yeah, it was a perfect final for him and
Yeah.
Amber.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the tea that I saw about this final. So not much tea. I mean, last final we saw that they edited out certain checkpoints. I didn't see any of that yet.
I hope they didn't. That's so stupid.
Yeah, we saw a lot of checkpoints, a lot of puzzles.
Yeah.
So I doubt they edited out anything. Yeah, so he chooses Amber to stay with the whole rest of the final. At the time, we were watching the episode live together, and we were like, definitely choose Amber.
I know, but if whoever he chose was winning with him.
Yeah, looking back at it, I'm like, damn it, why didn't you choose Cam to get her that win?
I know.
Yep, stays with Amber. And then they get like sleeping arrangements. CT and Amber get the best with like some thermal heating sleeping bag. Cam and Corey get the worst with just a blanket. Leroy and Nany get like a waterproof cover with them. So they sleep, they gotta stay in that cave for what comes out to be from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
11 hours. That's crazy. That's like one of the longer nights in challenges.
If they were able to sleep half of that time, that's pretty good. 5.5 hours each.
Yeah,
I doubt they did.
Right, in a cold ice cave, especially the people without any waterproof covers. I mean,
yeah,
that sucks.
It was so cute when Leroy and Cam were laying and like they started talking.
I know, it was cute, but it was almost like they were accepting defeat. Not Cam necessarily, but Leroy. He was like, I'm just happy we're gonna make a family. And Cam was like, I know, but I want to win. She didn't say this, but she was like, I want to win too.
Yeah. No, I think at that point, they must have known more than we did, because they must have known about like the 30-minute head starts, or like all the head starts that CT was getting. It almost seemed like it was clear at that point, like there's no way for anybody else to catch up, which
yeah, maybe, but also I was starting to doubt it a little bit because CT chose Amber, and then we started getting these confessionals where Amber was complaining a lot, and just complaining a lot, and it was different from the beginning of the final where she was like confident and ready.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, oh, is Amber gonna like really slow down here? But that was not the case. Also, during the sleeping, one teammate has to carry a heavy capsule while the other one tries to sleep. Upon switching, the person with the capsule has to dump their head in like glacier water for 10 seconds or 5 seconds before going to try to sleep.
Still like an extra like kind of silly thing, but whatever.
Yeah, sure. Didn't do much for me, but I didn't hate it either. So.
No.
Yeah, I mean, CT had no issues with this checkpoint. I think we heard Cam say something like, you would have thought CT, lived in this cave his whole life. He was just chilling. He had his he had his mug getting water from the dripping ice cave. He was like, yeah, I'm chilling. No big deal.
That's like
40 years old at this point.
That's something that he was trying to teach Big T of, like, your mental like strength, like not letting things get to you or getting like stressed out. Obviously he gets angry and stuff, but Like he doesn't get mad about stuff like this.
Yeah. His biggest like characteristic about him might be he's so comfortable with being uncomfortable
Yeah.
that
Yep.
it's just no problem with him. He doesn't think about being uncomfortable and letting those negative thoughts seep into his mind like some
Yeah.
other
He just looks
challengers.
at it like, all right, there's a plate of food in front of me. I need to eat it in order to move on.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna eat it. Like that's it. The end.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah, Leroy admits to everybody that it's his last season. You know,
Aww.
we heard it all along through the confessionals, but obviously the people inside of the house were not aware of this.
I love how CT was like, I knew it. Why did he? What was his reasoning? He's like,
Because Leroy was playing such a ruthless game and he doesn't
Oh.
play that type of game usually.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Sad, but I don't believe him. I feel like he'll come back in a couple of years.
Yeah, I hope. I mean,
I
CT
know.
also said that in an interview. He was like, I think he'll come back in a few years.
Yeah.
I hope he does because or at least to All-Stars.
Yeah. Like I'm sure now he's like, all right, I've done 10 of these. I want to like me and Cam are gonna, build a life and
Yeah. I'll let Cam do the shows and I'll stay home.
yeah, like whatever. I'm sure he just wants a break, but
It was so sad at the end. He was like, I gave it everything this time and I still couldn't win. So like I've done everything I can.
He
Yeah.
I wanted him to win so bad.
I know, and this was his season, and I think we said something about it before the final started. It's like, yeah, we love CT. I'm a big fan of CT, but him winning this season, it doesn't feel right. This is Leroy and Cam's season.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
straight up just stole this from them.
I have to say it, I blame it like solely on Nani.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if Leroy was partnered with Casey without a broken knee,
Oh man, that would have been a great. That would have been this was a great final. That would have been an even better final if Leroy and Casey went into this final together.
Because if Leroy was with Casey, I don't think Casey would have hurt herself.
Yeah, because
I think she
Leroy wouldn't be pushing her so much.
Yeah, I think she got hurt because Fessy was stressing her out and rushing her. And damn, if it was Leroy and Casey, and then like somehow get CT and Nani together.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would have been great. Unfortunately, Casey had other plans. But so the next checkpoint is they have to race up this glacier. So I guess this is where CT gets the 30-minute head start because it's right after the ice cave.
Yeah, but they said 5 minutes and then 2 minutes.
Yeah. Right, but it was like a dubbed voice, sometimes when TJ's voice kind of sounds different.
Yep.
Yeah. But so what I'm thinking is CT and Amber get a 30-minute head start. Leroy and Nani get a 15. So and then Cam and Corey don't get anything. So CT and Amber get a 30-minute head start only over the last place team. They get a 15-minute head start over second place.
A 15-minute head start.
That's what I'm thinking because 30 minutes over everybody else, that's ridiculous.
But like even 15 minutes, it's like, well, anybody who starts a 15-minute, like 15 minutes before on a run, like of course they're gonna win.
Yeah, I think 10-minute max. I mean, yes, you're first place, you deserve some type of an advantage. 10-minute max.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so they have to race up a glacier, find a pickaxe, bring it down, use it to bust open this block of ice, which has another capsule in it, which they have to use later on. Yes. So CT and Amber get to the ice block and they're chipping away at it. By the time they finish, Leroy and Nani actually get there. So that's why I'm like, how much of a head start? Because Leroy and Nani saw CT and Amber at the ice block station,
Okay.
And it couldn't have taken that long to break open that ice block.
I would think it maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah, at the most. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, maybe a 15-minute head start in front of Leroy and Nani, but yeah, I mean, CT and Amber kept the lead the whole time. there was a little there. Then we saw a checkpoint with the decoding station where they had to memorize the symbols on their capsule
Oh
and then
yeah.
decode it into a word.
That felt a little bit easy, but
Yeah, but they reached a sign where it said, leave the capsule here. And
yeah.
then they ran to the puzzle board. CT and Amber had to run back to the capsule because they didn't even look at it,
Yeah.
while the other pairs actually, were thinking forward a little bit and were like, we'll probably have to memorize these symbols.
Oh, so nobody
So
else had to run back?
yeah, nobody else had to run back. So that did make up a little time for second and third place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
And
I don't know. The 30-minute lead.
yeah, that's pretty intense. Very tight race between second and third. As tight as it can get.
I almost felt like none of them were like running. And I'm like, run!
Yeah, it's like they didn't even know it was like the final.
Yeah, they were all like, it
lap
looked
or
like they were all just walking together, like as a group talking. Like,
yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, that's TJ up there! Holy shit!"
yeah.
Yeah, but before that, the last checkpoint is a tangram. They were just, pretty, pulling these checkpoints out. Tangram, the
I liked it.
decoding. Yeah, a lot of puzzles, but they were
Food.
well placed.
Yeah, I agree.
And CT kills the tangram. CT and his tangram. So, but yeah, like I said, it's a really tight race. It came down to like inches pretty much between second and third, with
So weird.
Corey and Cam finally passing them at the last second. They were in third the whole time behind Leroy.
That's got to be so hard for Cam to be like, shit, should I fall back a little bit and let him get second, let Nani go ahead of me? But like, she didn't.
And it's sad because Leroy was the first one to finish out of all those people.
I know.
Leroy beat Corey and then looks back and Nani's behind Cam.
I know. I was like, oh, should like Cam like roll her ankle and be like, ah.
Yeah.
But that is what I love about Cam. She's a competitor.
She's got pride.
Yeah, she wouldn't just like let somebody else win, even if it is Leroy. So what they get 50? Yeah, 50.
Yeah, they got 50K each. Corey was ecstatic. He was almost too happy that they got second.
Yeah, but you have 2 little kids, you just won 50K.
Yeah.
That's
very true. And I mean, we didn't talk about it, and maybe we did in the part 1 of the final, but yeah, second place getting money. We are fans of that instead of just first place getting everything.
I like the ratio too, like 900 versus 100. Like it's a huge difference. So like you don't want to settle for second. It is a very big difference. However, if you do get second, you're going home with a little something. So a lot, in my opinion.
Right. For a lot of people, a lot of something.
Yeah.
I kind of do like how it used to be like you get to the final, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
But I guess that kind of doesn't allow people to try their hardest. Okay, I get third, no big deal. I get money still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess making it so like the last place makes no money.
Yeah, that might be good.
Yeah.
Close my door. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, CT and Amber win. Most money won in the history of the challenge. Bananas first, Ashley second, CT third, breaking in that top 3 spot.
Damn, CT's on the next season.
CT apparently is. But like I said, with this COVID test coming back positive, it might throw a wrench in a lot of the casting that they did.
Yeah. Oh man.
A lot of new rookies in this new season too. So
from like from shows on MTV or
random fucking, not even shows on MTV. No, just fucking random shows. So we'll see. It really feels like a new era is forming, and thankfully we have All Stars to kind of keep that old school nostalgic feeling.
Cool.
I mean, anything else to say? They spent like 20 minutes doing like a highlight of everybody's best moments, and we were like, is this final gonna end? It's like 9:10 and CT and Amber are almost at the finish line. What are they gonna
Yeah,
do for 20 minutes?
15, 20 minutes of that.
Yeah.
Listen, Leroy and Cam went live after the episode ended, and I watched their thing. And like, I just love them. I wish one of them came in first place.
I know.
But at the same time, like CT and Amber, they did earn it. Like
Yeah,
they
maybe they
really
didn't earn
fucking-
it throughout the whole season, but they earned
yeah.
it in the final.
I know that's the hard part where like Cam and Leroy earned it throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
CT and Amber earned it in the final. However, if the format was so like askewed that they were getting too big of head starts, it's like, I don't know, were the advantages too much? Like, oh, you win a checkpoint, you're getting like 10, 15 minutes here, 10, 15 minutes there. It's like, well, you add all those 10, 15 minutes up and like nobody else stands a chance.
It's fine if they were all added up because it's like if you win these checkpoints, you should get an advantage. And if you win all the checkpoints, it's unprecedented, like if you get a big advantage because you win so many checkpoints, that's just the nature
Yeah,
of the
maybe
game.
they did earn whatever advantages
Yeah.
that they got.
But it's funny because in the part one of the final, we were like, maybe the advantages could be better. That was like our only harp on the final so far.
And now we're complaining that they were too good.
Yeah.
We're a mess.
I know.
Oh man.
But yes, Amber is an alternate, I think, for next season. I don't think she's on the final cast, but maybe she is now because of the coronavirus test.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think I saw something where it's like people who aren't on the final cast because they got let go or because of a positive COVID test. And I think Amber's name was on there. So maybe she got COVID or maybe she just got dropped last second. Not sure the status is on that, but it usually is kind of weird when the reigning champ isn't on the next season. We saw that with Jenny. Jenny won Total Madness, but wasn't on this season.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what are these one and done winners? Like, can we get some female winners that are like mainstays?
Yeah, I forgot about Jenny. Damn.
Right?
She was a beast.
I know.
When is the next season supposed to air?
Well, I mean, they were quarantining like April 11th, and then they quarantined for what, a week, I think, or something like that. So they started filming. Apparently there was an elimination, and then shit hit the fan. So they kind of scrapped it. They got to regroup. So that's gonna obviously stall it for a little bit, I'm assuming.
Maybe they'll just wait a couple weeks and then resume filming.
Yeah, they probably have to, quarantine everybody for another week.
Yeah.
And resume filming or start from anew, which I would assume they resume.
Yeah, there's too much money already in the location.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I'm thinking about, regrouping and starting anew, it's like maybe a new theme. Maybe like some people that got the COVID.
You know how much money goes into planning and the production of these things? They're not going to just be like, well, we'll just get rid of all the props and everything that we created and all the uniforms. Let's start over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they'll probably just call somebody else in, COVID free.
Yeah.
And resume the season.
The COVID free.
Nany got last. No surprise. I just had to put that in there.
And Nany got last. See ya.
And Nany got last. See you guys. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if we'll do a recap on the reunion. I don't really want to.
I don't want to.
No, we'll just be like trying to think of things to say.
Yeah, I'll just let it soak in and
No, I'm definitely watching the reunion tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it's on tonight. Oh shit. Okay.
Right, yeah. And All Stars tomorrow, and now we just got All Stars to carry our challenge needs for the next.
I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. It was a fun season overall. I think the final might have been better than the whole season. Yeah. But see ya. We'll see you guys next season. Peace out.
Whenever that is.